morning, Piggy.
Morning, morning, morning. It's Tuesday morning to you. You know that means it's Monday morning. It's a nice bright day this morning.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they can tell it by looking at the camera or looking at the video.
We're going to run up and get us some gas treatment and go and put some go-go juice in the tank. It's been a few weeks since last we put some in. Figured if it help a little more. See if it will anyway. Folks, I was looking at the mobile device this morning and saw a post from a friend of mine up in St. Louis. There's a woman got killed at some intersection up there. She got run over by a fire truck because she fell off the top of an Escalade twerking. When it turned left, she fell. She got run over. Folks, that should tell you the level of stupidity we got going out there. I'm about guarantee you, I know which side of the political spectrum she was on. Because I don't think there'd be anybody out there that's thinking right to be that stupid. Might be some close. I don't think they'd be quite that stupid. I mean, who wants to see somebody on top of an Escalade twerking anyhow? You girls do that, you ain't doing nothing but showing everybody how well you can screw. That's all it is. You know, dancing for years, for the last 2 or 3 decades, has been nothing but exercising and showing how lewd you can be in the bedroom. That's all it's been. Y'all want someone to call that just innocent dancing. No, it ain't. You're showing your would-be partner what they can look forward to later on behind a closed door.
It seems to be getting more vulgar year after year.
Well, they get out there doing some of that stuff. The only thing they missing is the partner. Trying to advertise how well you gonna do it. And that's all it is. That's all you do. Oh, but it's just a dance move. No, it ain't. You showing somebody how you gonna go rock their world. That's all it is. Had a friend of mine make a post yesterday, day before, and it was a woman complaining about how men don't want some floozy showing everything, but they're out there looking at everything that comes by. Looking at porn and stuff like that. I had to comment on that. Remind them that there's as many women out there like that porn as men. They just don't talk about it as much. And talking about men seeing a pretty thing go by, well, a woman has done checked a man out long before he's ever come by. She's done checked out his clothes, the way he dresses, the way he walks, and his shoe size. Y'all may figure out what that means. Because an old wives' tale, the shoe will tell what kind of package is being carried. So by the time the guy gets to the girl, she done checked him all out and moved on to something else. And I've heard women talk when talking about men and sex. They nastier than the men. And usually a girl, like on the video that friend of mine shared, is complaining not because of what men do, but their impetus is because they've dressed a certain way, trying to attract the attention of a certain type, and got the attention of everything but what they hope to attract. So now they mad. They've done got out there and worn skin tight pants, sweats and stuff that show everything you got and how it moves. The only thing it ain't showing is the color of your skin, because it done showed everybody everything you got.
I don't see how they breathe in them clothes.
And then up top, they've worn something that shows you everything but their nipples. And then they get mad when they attract the attention of everything but what they hoped to attract. They should give them a hint. What they hoping to attract don't want to see them like that. That only shows the body. It don't show your brain or your heart. You know, what that shows them is a woman willing to be pretty much a stripper out in public, showing everything she's got, albeit technically she has clothes on. Those thin, skin tight clothing products ain't nothing but a piece of plastic wrapping your body.
Leaving nothing to the imagination.
You know, they can see how bad that thing's eating them pants, front and back. They can see how that thing's moved. It's like they seeing you walk around in your house naked. Oh, but they're so cute. Look at that pattern. Oh, please, give me a break. You wasn't that worried about the pattern. Sure, you might have thought it was cute and everything, but that wasn't your intention in buying it. You're going to go show off your naked body with something just enough over it to be legal outside. You might as well call it indecent exposure, because that's what you're doing.
There's some women out there that wear bikinis were more that leave more to the imagination than some people's clothes.
True. You know, at least with some of us bikinis, you can't tell how bad that thing going to eat the material. Ain't going to show how battered up that camel toe is. You know. And folks, that goes for men and women. You know, you trying to wear it so tight to try to show off what you got. You know. That thing ain't going to be no good to you when you get up around 55, 60 years old up, especially if you have health problems or conditions or disabilities that affect the tool you're trying to show off. What's long lasting about that? So anyway, I had commented on her, but I hadn't been responded to yet. But anyway, at the end of it, I just told him, and here's another thing about it. Women want to complain about men doing that. Well, one, most men are trying their dangest to not look. Because they know if they look, it's a trap. Oh, you pervert. Dang, you got out hanging out. What do you expect me to do? I figured like this, you going to show it, I'm going to look at it and rate it. I can tell you, we've both done it.
Yeah. Piggy won't let me leave the house looking like that.
No, I won't. That's mine.
And I have too much respect for myself and him to do that.
That's it. If y'all getting out here dressing in those kinds of ways, I don't want to hear you complaining about what kind of looks you get. I mean, seriously, men are visual creatures. They gonna look. They can't help it. It's instinctual. Try as they might, they gonna lose the battle. And you ain't helping when you basically naked out here. Yeah, you got some kind of spandex on, but like I said, all that does is hide the color of the skin on you. It does not hide the pertinent parts. Then you want to complain that men look at you, whistle at you. Hey, a man whistles at you, he's giving you a compliment. He's like, dang, girl, you hot. Doesn't mean he wants to run over and ravish you right there. Doesn't mean he even wants to date you. Likely, he probably don't. He's complimenting you on how hot you look, but he's figured she'll show it like that out in public. I don't need that. But generally, most men will do their dangest to try not to look because, nowadays, there's a little girl at the grocery store. And I tried talking with her, just being friendly, as I'm going through her line of paper stuff. And she looked at me like I was trying to hit on her. Little young thing. Making assumptions. Oh, hear this dirty old man, he's talking to me. Little girl, you think a little too much of yourself. I ain't thinking about you that way. I'm just trying to make casual, friendly conversation. So for a man out there, it's dangerous. Because if you ain't exactly what the girl is looking for, anything you do is an attempt to get in her pants when it ain't. Oh, I'm sure there's some out there that would love to. But, I got one little girl. She's a pretty little thing. I wouldn't blame any young man for wanting to hit on her. But girl that young, that's a young man's game. even if I was single, footless, and fancy free, I got no business trying to talk that up. I'm old enough to be her granddaddy. No. A lot of my youngins, they're as pretty as they come. But anything like that, no. I can't see it that way. So anyway, that just kind of sparked me to comment on that post because, there's women out there trying to complain about stuff, about how men do. They're not looking at themselves and seeing what they've done. How dare a man look at a woman that's out there naked in a thin piece of spandex? Folks, I'm just going to tell you that's like taking a big piece of side of beef, putting it on a hook on the back of a vehicle, running around a bunch of lines with it. You think they ain't going to try to get that meat? Oh, yes, they are. But for men, it's dangerous. There's women out there like that, doing like that. Oh, but don't look. She'll have you in court on rape charges. Because how dare you look at my all but totally naked body? I done showed you everything. So bottom line is, it's a two-way street, folks. Men are going to look. Why dress that way? You want to attract a man? Show him what kind of a woman you are. The body is a dime a dozen. All the parts have the same functions. What kind of heart and soul is inside that woman? Women, same goes for y'all. Y'all looking for that pretty bad boy, knowing he ain't gonna treat you right, but you think you be the one special enough to change him. No, you ain't. He ain't gonna change unless he wants to change. And being easy to get, because that bad boy persona appeals to you, you're too easy to get. Once upon a time, if a man wanted it, he had to work for it. The way he worked for it was by wooing the woman, her heart, mind, and soul, and then putting a ring on it. That's how he got it. She gave him something to be vested in. She gave him something to want to change for. Because she was respectable. Y'all think about it. Piggy does you.